What's up, guys? So today I have Nathan, who's also another member in the Amazon Success Network, and today we're going to talk about how I helped Nate get around. How much capital did I help you get? Like 130?
Around 120.
$120,000 in capital for him to use for his own Amazon store, in which he actually ended up just becoming an investor for my own Amazon store. So I helped him get capital that he didn't have, and I'm helping him be able to manage that capital for him to be able to make money off of it. So thank you for coming, Nate.
Thank you, Nick, for having me on.
I appreciate you.
What's going on, guys? So my name is Nathan. I'm currently 24 years old, and I currently run a media agency right now, and I'm located based in Florida. Met up with Nick, and now we're here.
Yeah, so I met Nate. He just mentioned he has a media agency. I think you were recording at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
I met him at a meetup in the car with a bunch of guys with supercars, and he was there recording, taking videos, doing content. So I met him there, and then through there we pretty much had conversations about Amazon, and he pretty much was interested in e-commerce. Could you tell them about the process of the capital? $120,000. A lot of people wish to have that to be able to use for their business. Could you talk about how that even happened?
Right. So first things first was Nick came up to me with a plan, and he needed to understand my credit score and what my credit utilization was. At the time when I met Nick, I had around 760 credit score, and my credit utilization was very low, below 10%, and that's how we were able to accumulate so much money at the time. And the way the process works is once you figured out my current financial situation, we hopped on a Zoom call and we started looking for credit cards, where the City, Chase, all that stuff, whatever has the highest potential of me getting accepted. And once we made a bunch of plays with that, then we started applying, and then he helped me throughout the whole process of which to apply, what to put in the information. The application process was very smooth, and then we just kept on doing that and that until we basically were done with all the credit cards of applications. So.
Yeah, and the cool thing with Nate, he was like some other members that I've helped out with, he was already ready. So he didn't really have to do anything to his credit. But after taking a look at his credit, I pretty much created that game plan. I saw which relationships he has with for which institutions, therefore it helped me understand which credit cards we should apply for, which ones we should not, pretty much which ones we should hold off on until next time. And then throughout that process, we did different Zoom calls, I applied with him, that sort of thing. So awesome. And as far as after the process or during the process, what did we use what did you use the capital for?
So I ended up actually and still currently an investor. So I decided to invest in Nick, where he handles my Amazon store, and he buys products to his store, and basically I take a percentage and we make money together basically. So Nick basically manages all the products, all the fulfillment, everything. Honestly, I'd say I had a smooth time working with Nick because he did everything on time, and I plan to continue working with him. So
could you tell the audience a little bit more about what it is to be an investor? You're saying that products, the capital is being used to buy products. So can you tell a little bit more about that?
So once the products are bought, it actually be delivered to your own warehouse, and that's where you fulfill it and then send it off to Amazon and let Amazon do its thing. And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
And the thing with that is, he doesn't do anything. I have access to his credit cards, but you still have your own accounts. You get to see the transactions.
Right.
So I buy the products using his credit cards. They come to my warehouse, in which I have employees that end up prepping and fulfilling and shipping out the products to Amazon's fulfillment center. And then once the products sell, he collects a percentage of profit.
Correct. Basically, working with Nick, he's very transparent. Obviously, I still have access to all my accounts. I see what his transactions going through, and he's just very transparent about it. So
And then what was your mindset before the round of funding, and your mindset after, the outcome?
So before, I didn't know it was possible to get that amount of round of funding in the beginning, to be honest with you, because getting 120K, that's a lot to some people.
Yeah, changes your life.
It definitely does change your life, and it definitely, if you know how to use it, it's a kind of a cheat code in a way, because you're kind of using debt, but this is good debt because you know what you're doing to make more money, basically.
Yeah, so I'm not helping you get 120K for you to go buy a supercar.
Exactly.
I'm helping you get the money so you can make more money from it.
Correct.
And then eventually have the debt paid off before it occurs interest.
Correct.
It's cool.
So throughout the whole time, all these cards that we apply for are mainly 0% interest. If you have a business, it's actually going to help you out a lot better because you can actually gain more access to capital if you do have a business. So usually the interest on each card is minimum 12. What I've seen is 12% on most cards, 12 to 15%. So on 12 to 15 months, my bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, from a year to 2 years. I think there's one credit line that's 21 months, 0% interest.
21.
So
The Wells Fargo.
Yeah, so that one you could just flip it over and over. I think Discover too. Just flip it over and over and over.
Exactly.
Which is cool. And then what could you say is like some advice or tips you could tell the audience that is thinking about credit or like thinking about like getting capital for like their business?
So if you do start a business and you are tight on, finance and stuff like that, and if you're able to, get approved for credit, then, and you have a game plan on how to use that credit for it, then it makes no sense to not do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have a tool, you should utilize it, right? To get you to the next step. So
and the thing with me is like, I have my Amazon community. We have like 145 members.
Correct.
And one thing I was actually telling a student of mine that's been with us for like a year, he was one of the first students. He's like, oh, because I'm helping him with a round of funding right now. He's almost at like 150K. We're not even a third way in the process. He's like, oh, I don't think I should go for like this one. I think I'm good enough with the money I have. And I told him, you never want to say no to money.
Correct.
If you know how to use the money, every problem that comes up could be solved with money. Yes, you have to build a system around it, but to build that system, you need money. So it's not just, okay, get the money and buy products and resell it. You could use this capital to whatever you want to do. You could use it to buy a house. I've had people that have used credit cards, liquidated the money, put a down payment on a house, fixed it up and flipped it. So you could do whatever you want with it. You could use it to create systems in your business. That's a really cool mentality to have. Any other tips you would tell the audience, like from you've seen or anything you've learned that you would want to tell someone that, wouldn't know?
Okay, so if you're looking to get more capital, I would say don't spend what you don't have. Keep your credit card utilization lower, like maybe below 10% if you can, because that's what the institutions like to see is low credit card utilization, so they can trust you to give you more money in the future. So that's my advice. Don't spend what you don't have, and obviously have a game plan when you do get a round of funding, a bunch of credit, and go from there.
Yeah, I'd say definitely do it with someone who knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
Because credit is like very sensitive, very important.
For sure.
But yeah, man, thank you for coming.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
One last tip. Yeah, definitely. If you're looking to get more credit, do it with a trusted professional, because
it could mess up your credit.
It could definitely mess up your credit. Yeah. So that's why Nick is a great representation of following someone who knows the credit game. He's been in it for a while. And again, he made the application process very smooth. And this stuff would have took me months to learn and figure out and put the puzzles together. So look at it as an investment to save you time so you can get rich quicker. So
yeah, man. I love that.
Thank you.